Hello and welcome to Yoga Flow. We're going to go through a gentle, about 30-minute flow just to get the body up, get the body moving, nice midday break. So with that said, we're going to start on our backs today and find a comfortable place to lay in. We'll just spend the first minute or so just kind of settling in, grounding ourselves down on this slightly gloomy Monday, but that's okay. We'll forget about the weather, forget about anything that's been happening. Just take this time to focus on yourself these next 30 minutes. Taking time to start to tune in with your breath. Start to let the mind just settle. Really nice breathing technique if you'd like. You can set a hand on the belly, a hand on the chest. And as you breathe, really try to get the hand on the belly to move. You take a big inhale and then a big exhale, let the belly drop back down. Take another big inhale, letting the belly rise. A big exhale, letting it compress. This feels good for you today. You continue with this belly breathing. Otherwise, another option, you can just lay the hands down by your sides. Wherever you're at, we'll continue those deep breaths. Aiming for 3 to 4 seconds with every breath, just really slow, really mindful. Good. And on your next inhale, we're going to draw both knees into the chest, hugging them in nice and close. You can use the hands to grab on the knees or on the shins. We'll just hold still to start, welcoming that compression in the hips. Maybe noticing any tightness you might feel in this pose. Let the shoulders melt down towards the mat, just let them loosen up. Good. If you'd like, you can start to add some movement at this point. Maybe drawing circles with the knees, maybe gently rocking side to side. Whatever movement feels good for you today. Continue doing this on your own. Quick adjust here. There you go. And if you decide to draw circles with the knees, you can go ahead and switch directions. You play around and find what other movements feel good for you today. It's a great way to massage the lower back. Start to loosen up the low back and hips. Good, and we'll slowly start to release both feet down back to the mat. We'll take some windshield wiper legs. So by that, I mean letting the knees fall one direction gently, and the other, just like your windshield wipers on this gloomy day. It's really slow, gentle movement. Good. On your next inhale, go ahead and pull the right knee into the chest. We'll start to straighten out that left leg, keeping the toes flexed, pointed up at the shin. Welcome some compression in that right side. If you'd like, you can add movement right away here, maybe pulling the leg out towards this edge of your mat and gently pulling back into the center. And with this, try to match movement to breath. So inhale one direction and exhale the other. It helps to keep the movement slow. Good, and we'll gently find some stillness, keeping the right knee pulled in close. We're going to gently start to lift that left leg just a couple inches off the mat. Starting to build some heat in the core as we keep that leg lifted, try to lock the knee out, keep the foot flexed. You can either continue to hold, or if you'd like, you can gently add some movement just up and down, and just a couple inches each way. Focusing on grounding the back down to the mat, pulling that right knee in close. Good. Not here for long. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax that left leg down. We'll gently pull the right leg across the body for a gentle twist. You can keep the knee bent, or feel free to play around with straightening it out if that feels good for you. They'll intensify that stretch in the IT band along the side of the leg. And you can either keep your gaze straight up at the ceiling, or you can lay the right hand down and just gently gaze over the fingertips for a full body twist. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Using inhales to lengthen the spine, exhales to deepen that twist. One more deep breath. Good, and we'll gently pull the right knee back into the chest, give it a hug, and we'll let the right leg find the mat. Your next inhale, drawing the left knee into the chest. Welcoming that compression in this hip, maybe noticing some differences between the two sides. That is totally okay. If you'd like to play around with movement, you can start to maybe draw the knee out towards the edge of the mat, pull it back to the center, and inhaling one direction, exhaling the other to keep it slow, controlled, not trying to force anything, just kind of going with the flow. I'll take a moment to soften the face here too, and unclench the jaw. Good, let's get one more deep breath. We'll let the left leg just hold still, pull it in close to the chest, and we'll gently start to pick that right leg off the mat just a couple inches. Locking the knee out, straight leg, flexing the toes up towards the shin. And again, you can either hold here, or you can start to add some movement up and down, and just waking the core up, waking the hip flexors up, keeping the back grounded down to the mat, and appreciating that heat just a little bit. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax, and we'll give a nice pull over to the right side with that left leg. By nice, I mean gentle. And keep that leg bent, or maybe play around with straightening it out. Again, it just intensifies that stretch along the side of your leg, the IT bands. Your gaze can stay up at the ceiling, or you can gently lay the left hand down, let your gaze fall over the fingertips. Wherever you're at, breathing nice and easy here, appreciating that stretch in the body. Inhales to find length throughout the body, and exhales to be deep in that twist, wherever you're at. One more deep breath. Good, and we'll slowly pull the left knee in, give it one more hug to the chest, and then we'll release. We'll take a bend in the knees, and we'll pick both feet up off your mat, grabbing right behind the knees. We'll take some roll-ups. So rocking yourself up and down on the mat. You can take as many or as few of these as you'd like. If you're not feeling this today, feel free to just take a comfortable seat. Good. All right. Starting off in the same positioning, we're going to go for a boat pose again, just to build a little more heat in the core as we start to move into a more active flow. So you can either keep the feet on the ground, lean back, lift the chest and hold here, focusing on drawing belly button in towards the spine, or you can start to kind of play around lifting one foot at a time, or you can just go for the full thing, pick both feet up off the ground. So pick your option. We'll begin here. We are just holding and breathing. Feeling a little shake, it's good. Like lifting that chest up tall. Pretend there's a string attached from your chest to the ceiling here. Good visual. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll roll it forward right into a butterfly with feet together in the center, knees out nice and wide. We'll just gently press down with the elbows. Option here if you want to find a little rock side to side, you can, or maybe just staying still feels good for you. It's all about feeling it out, listening to your body today. I'll just provide lots of options. Let's take one more deep breath. Good. We'll rock ourselves back, rolling forward, planting the hands on the ground. We'll find an all four position going into some cat and cow. So hands are directly below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. We'll take an inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale as we press through the palms, round out the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart. Big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And a big exhale as we round out the spine. One more big inhale. Lifting the gaze. And a big exhale to round out the spine, pull the shoulder blades apart. Good, we'll find a neutral spine here. Moving right into some bird dogs. Try not to lose my earbud here, sorry about that. So we'll start by lifting the right hand out, holding here. We'll gently start to lift the left leg. So trying to stay as strong and steady. We're gonna hold here just for a moment, and we'll try to flex the foot, bring the toes up towards the shin. Brace the core by drawing belly button towards the spine. Good, last 3, 2, 1. We'll drop it down, switching sides. Lifting that left hand first, and then we'll slowly start to pick the right leg up off the ground. Same thing here, drawing belly button towards the spine. Giving those toes a nice flex. Breathing through, trying to stay strong and steady here. Good, last 3, 2, 1. We'll get one more per side. Going right into it, right arm picks up, left leg picks up, strong and steady. You can check in, just trying to make sure, getting as straight a line as possible with the whole body from fingertips to toes, or just to heel. 3, 2, 1, good, and we'll drop it down. Switch, left arm picks up, right leg picks up. Drop belly button towards the spine. Try to check in if you can. Good, strong and steady. Last 3, 2, 1, and we'll drop the leg down. Good. From here, we're gonna gently start to peel the hips up off the ground into downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet, maybe take some knee bends. From here, we're gonna slowly either walk or hop it up to the top of your mat to forward fold. Let the head hang down, just be heavy for a moment, maybe find a sway, maybe shift the hips side to side, whatever's feeling good today. Good, we'll inhale to halfway lift, placing the hands on the shins, the knees, the thighs, squeezing the shoulder blades, finding length all the way through the crown. Good, we'll exhale to release back down. And from here, we'll slowly roll all the way up to standing. And I keep losing my earbud today. Reaching tall overhead once we get to the top here. We'll take a big inhale, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale as we cactus the arms, press the hips forward to baby back bend. Inhale to rise and reach overhead. Another exhale to cactus the arms, press the hips forward. Good, we'll inhale to reach overhead. Then as we exhale, we're gonna slowly bring the hands down to heart center, sink it down into chair pose. You can either keep the feet right where they are, about hip width apart, or you can start to heel toe them in a little bit closer together, kind of zip it up, whatever's more comfortable for you today. And from here, we'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades tight. Good, and we'll inhale to stand and rise, reaching overhead. And a big exhale to sink a little bit lower into that chair pose. And roll the shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Go ahead, squeeze the glutes to get ½ inch lower. Good. One more big inhale. Big exhale. And your next inhale, rising back up to standing. And then we'll exhale as we gently step the right foot back, finding a crescent lunge. So again, you can check in, making sure knee is right above the ankle. You can be as low as comfortable. We'll try to relax the shoulders down the back. Good, on your next inhale, we're gonna swoop the arms behind us to airplane them, hinging forward. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together, holding here for a deep breath. Good, and inhale to rise back to crescent lunge. Then we'll exhale to open up to warrior two, rotating that back foot down, gazing over the front fingertips. We'll try to pull that front knee behind us. But on your next inhale, we're gonna rise, standing with that front leg, keeping arms right where they're at. Then exhale, sinking back down, warrior two. Their inhale to slowly rise, straightening the leg. And exhale to sink it low. Once again, we'll get one more. Inhaling to rise, straightening the leg. Exhale to warrior two. We'll hold here for a little bit longer. Building some heat in the legs, starting to wake the body up. Good, on your next inhale, we'll straighten that front leg back out. We're gonna start to shift the body forward, tick-tock the arms down to extended triangle. You can gently place the hand on the shin, try not to put too much weight on it. The gaze can be right up at the right fingertips, can be out in front of you, or maybe gazing down to the mat, whatever is most comfortable. Really focus on lifting with the side body. We'll take one more big inhale. Big exhale. Good. We'll inhale to rise to reverse warrior, finding a bend in that front knee once again, gazing up at the left fingertips. Good. And from here, you're gonna slowly just glide and step it up. Find your balance and go to mountain pose, reaching tall overhead. I'll rotate so you can still see me okay. Good. We'll exhale, lowering down to a forward fold. Hanging out here for a moment, letting the head be heavy, maybe finding that hip shift, maybe find a gentle sway. Just take this time to reconnect with the body. Ground down to our mats. Good. On your next inhale, we're gonna rise to halfway lift and gently placing hands on the knees, shins, thighs, finding a nice straight line through the spine, all the way through the crown of the head. Hold here for a moment. And a big exhale to release back down to forward fold. Take an inhale to slowly roll all the way up to standing, maybe taking a shoulder roll at the top or just shake it out. When you're ready, inhaling once again to raise the arms up overhead. And then we'll exhale to chair, sinking nice and low, pushing the hips behind us. Again, feet can stay hip width apart, or you can heel toe them together, zip things up. Wherever you're at, we'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, we are strong and steady in this position. Your next inhale will stand to rise, reaching overhead. Good stretch here. Then exhale, sinking back to our chair, maybe just a little bit lower. Keeping weight mostly in the heels. We'll sink half inch down, good. Getting nice and low. We'll take one more big inhale, reaching overhead. Then a gentle exhale as we glide back with that left foot, finding crescent lunge. We'll take a moment to check in with our positioning here. Knees above the ankle, hips should be facing forward. We're not twisted quite yet here. And of course, arms are nice and tall overhead. Can drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Good. We'll take an inhale to swoop the arms behind us, hinge forward, and we'll squeeze the shoulder blades. Hold for a deep breath. Good, and we'll inhale to rise back to crescent lunge. Ooh, find your balance. Then exhale to twist open to warrior two, and pivoting that back foot down, pulling that front knee towards the edge of your mat. We'll gaze over the front fingertips. Take an inhale to rise, straightening out that front leg. Then exhale to sink back down, stopping when the knee is above the ankle. Good. Inhale to rise, nice and gentle. And exhale to sink it back down. One more here. Inhale to rise, slow and controlled. Then exhale to bring it back down. Good. We'll inhale to rise, and this time adding in our extended triangle. So gently starting to shift the body forward, tic-tac the arms down. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling, left hand out in front of you, or down at the mat. Whatever is most comfortable. We're keeping light pressure on that right hand, really lifting with the side body here, not here much longer. Just breathe. Good, on your next inhale, rising to reverse warrior, finding a bend in that front leg. Gaze up at the right fingertips. Good, and from here we'll gently start to glide our way, step it up to the top of the mat. Gracefully, more graceful than I did that. So let's take some time if you want to kind of shift the hips side to side, maybe kick the feet out, find some gentle ankle rolls. Good. And from here, I'm going to take a big step back with the right foot, and then we'll turn into a star positioning. So feet can be either slightly pointed outward or parallel with each other, whatever is most comfortable. From here, we'll inhale to reach the arms out, strong by our sides, squeezing shoulder blades together. And from here, we're going to gently start to push the hips behind us as we hinge forward, going to a nice wide-legged forward fold. And we'll keep holding the arms in that T position, building a little heat in the back, building strength in those postural muscles. Last 3, 2, 1. We'll drop the arms down. You can relax the head and neck down into that wide leg forward fold. Feel free if you'd like to kind of shift the legs side to side. Maybe play around with the weight distribution on your feet, kind of rocking towards toes carefully, back towards the heels. So whatever feels good is a little release for the body today. Good, we'll take one more deep breath. On your next inhale, the arms will find our T once again, squeezing the shoulder blades tight. We'll slowly start to rise, squeezing the glutes as we push the hips forward, stand up, and we'll release the arms. From here, we'll step it back to the front of our mats. Go ahead and move to a forward fold. We are going to plant the hands this time around. Step it back slowly into either a high plank position, or you can go for a modified half plank. Either way, really focusing on drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Build just a little bit of heat in the core here. And try to kind of puff up between the shoulder blades. Provide some stability. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. From here, we'll gently start to shift ourselves forward, Pin the elbows as we lower all the way down to the mat as slow as you can go. Good. From here, we'll keep the hands right under the shoulders next to the chest. We'll gently start to peel the upper body off the mat into a Cobra, light pressure on the hands. We'll hold last 3, 2, 1, and you can relax for a moment, maybe turning onto either the right or left ear. Try not to hit my mic here. Couple deep breaths to reset. Good. All right. We'll bring the head back to the center. And hear me out. We're going to push it up back to our plank position. You can either go up onto the knees or on the toes, hands below the shoulders, bracing the core tight. So again, either hanging out on the knees, or you can lift up onto the toes if we're feeling that today. We'll try to kind of puff up between the shoulder blades. Hold and breathe. We're almost done. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you know the drill. We'll gently start to losing my mic. Shift ourselves forward slightly. Tuck the elbows as we lower all the way down to the mat. Good. And the toes can kind of flip, lay flat. Hands again are about shoulder width apart, right next to the chest. We'll inhale, slowly rising off the mat, peeling the upper body up. We'll hold here. Really feeling the lower back working. Minimal pressure in the hands are just there for support. Maybe give the shoulder blades extra squeeze. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. And from here, we're going to press ourselves back. Knees out as wide as comfortable, moving into child's pose. You can let the head and neck relax down on your mat. Really reach the arms forward. Appreciating that full body stretch. Maybe taking some time to kind of sway side to side if that movement feels good. You can also play around with the arms, kind of walking on one side to the mat and then to the other. Let you play around and listen to your body, figuring out what is best for you in this moment. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Good, and after that 3rd deep breath, we'll gently start to walk the hands up towards us. We'll take some shoulder rolls at the top, just nice and big, releasing any leftover tension we might be feeling. All right, and then we'll bring palms together, bring them up to the forehead at third eye center. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me for this quick little midday movement refresher yoga flow. We'll seal our time together with namaste.